guys. Let's see if this goes. Very bad connection, as always. What is it with this thing? Now it doesn't say very bad connection. I'm apparently starting to figure this thing out. There we go. A little bit better. Yeah, apparently the first 20 seconds. Manny! Tony! Fantastic. Thank you, Tony. Care for some coffee? Middle of the night? How are you guys? Joshua, glad you could join. Do you have off this weekend, Josh? Golden Steel, glad you could join. Hey, this is fantastic. Great. Things are coming together. I'm fine. How are you, Manny? You driving again? Ah, excellent, Josh. Got off. That's fantastic. So do I. Absolutely thrilled that I don't have to work this weekend, and I have not gotten one phone call yet. So seems like I'm off for a really nice, relaxing weekend. Mark, fantastic. Thanks for joining. How are you? How are things back up in Canada? Now, I know Brad already texted me. He's working, so he apologized for not showing up. Um, is what it is. Sometimes you guys know. I know. Luckily, this is going to be recorded, and we can see it after. So hey, great! Looks like we got things started. Now, originally I had intended to use the Fine American Blend. Until I got a package. It was supposed to arrive yesterday, but USPS thought different. And I got, hold on. Things are just a piece of here. Okay, fantastic. It's good. I got some of this stuff in. From the Wild West Shave Company from Russ. And I got, here, this is just going to be a little bit of a, just unpackaging, because I just got it in. Keith, good to see you. The Laramie, which is bergamot and lavender. The Billy the Kid. And it's got scents of black cherry, bourbon, and vanilla. It's a really nice scent, and you can really pick out the bourbon on that one. And the Coffeeville, scents of Irish coffee. And you can also pick up the bourbon in there. Love a coffee scent. Spence, if you ever watch this, I know you're into coffee scents too. This one, the Coffeeville, might be one for you. I know you're into whiskey and I know you're into coffee. So if you do ever watch. The reason I ordered from him was because he posted a video with this. Servus, Leo. All good. Russ posted the video with the Private Reserve #1. And I gotta say, that scent on this, he nailed it. It smells like a really high dollar cologne. Scent notes: pipe, scent of pipe, black pepper, bergamot, fern, aloe, sandalwood, and cedarwood. And he blended it so nicely that it's hard to pick out the individual scents. You get the nice freshness of the fern and a little bit of that perfumey freshness, citrusy type deal from the bergamot. But the rest of the things, nothing really pokes out. There's nothing obtrusive. It's just a really, really nice scent. It's cologne-y, very cologne-y, and he nailed it, gotta say. So thrilled to bits about that. And if you don't mind, I'd like to use either this or one or the other. Russ, I just held your $1,000 soap into the camera. I like what you did there. Yeah, I couldn't get past that video. It's just when I was kind of like, oh, what, I'm gonna order some. Don't worry about it. And then when he posted that video, it's kind of like, okay, limited edition. I need it. I'm so gullible. um, like I said, I'd like to use the private reserve. If you care for another one, just let me know. So yeah, I'm really thrilled to bits about this one. So just let me know which one. Good morning, Michael. Nice to see you. Thanks for showing up. Oh, Russ, thank you for showing up too. The private reserve, yeah, I figured. So yeah, I was hoping for that. Old Farm Show. Thank you. Thank you for showing up. That's fantastic. Now, brushes. Well, we've got the soap already somewhat. Yes, your keyboard is working. Good morning, Russ. Your package made it. Thank you so much. USPS had it in for an ETA of yesterday, but yeah, well, USPS, right? So it came this morning. Luckily, just a couple of minutes before the shave was up. I unpackaged this not 10 minutes ago. I've got a few brushes sitting here for y'all to choose. I've got the Horsey from the Wisconsin Shaver, the Ever Ready 100T. I've got my Shave Mac D01 silver tip, and I've got a boar. I've got the Sterling boar brush soaking. So just let me know. Shave Mac, okay. Shave Mac. Things are coming together because unfortunately I cannot let you pick the razor. That one's already decided. The Wisconsin Shaver, Troy, he sent me this. Hey, Kevy, because we're goofing off about it, and just chit chatting about band razors and how they had Todd. Fantastic. Hey, wow, everybody's here now. Kevy, you okay? Yeah, I got it. As soon as the video was up, I went online and had to spring for it. Of course, I didn't watch till the end of the video because it was still running while I was ordering. And when I clicked it, that $1,000 deal, I mean, that sat me on my butt until he finally got to the part where he explained what he's doing there. So, anyway, the Schick Band Razor. This is probably one of the most, I think it's titled "The Worst Shaver Ever Invented." Oh, in London this weekend. Fantastic. Kevy, I hope you take some pictures of all the nice sights. Tobbs, D.R. Harris, who cares about the Tower of London and all that kind of stuff? It's not as important. Um, so I hope you enjoy your time in London. I mean, that's fantastic. Right, so band razor. I don't know if this will show up on this one. And basically what it is, it has a razor band that goes in here, kind of loop-de-loop, wound up like a coil, and it gets pressed onto the edge here. With this little lever, you can advance it, and you've got I think basically 5 blade advances to pick from. So this is going to be an interesting one. Yeah, at the end of the video, yeah, you could really Russell, you really got to wait till the end of your video on that private reserve because, like I said, I didn't, and I was, simultaneously while you were talking, I was already on your site and starting to mash up some things, And then I clicked it, and I'm like, okay, he's really proud of his soap. And then I waited till the end of the video until you kind of said, okay, this is how it works. And a very nice little thing. If you don't watch the video, yeah, you're in for it. That's very well done. All right, so I think we've got the shave Mac down. We've got the private reserve. This is the Schick version of the Techmatic. And he also sent me a spare cartridge. It's the Schick Instamatic. I have not used that razor before. So I've got 1 day of growth. Yeah, I think everybody's been looking at a Techmatic at some point in time and wondered how it is. And to be anything I read about it is it's gonna be. This is gonna be the worst shave ever. So we shall see. There will be blood. Yes. Let's get the styptic out. There isn't any Techmatic refills that are sold anymore. No, there are not. Basically, you have to go on eBay, and you have to be lucky. And I got extremely lucky because Troy, the Wisconsin shaver, was, like I said, was kind enough to send me a spare cartridge. I mean, the handles you can find pretty well any day. I mean, they're out there and they're not expensive. This is what really demands the dollars, and he was so kind to send me one of these. So that's I'm thrilled to bits. Incidentally, he also told me the Schick will fit into the Gillette razors, not the other way around. The Gillette razor cartridges do not fit in any other in the Schicks. So Schick was clever and made them in a way that they, yeah, it says $1 on the blister pack, I know. And now they go for like, I don't know, $15, $20. If you can find them. So, all right, let me get a head start here. And I'm gonna scoop some out. And this is a fairly firm soap. This is my first time ever with Russell's soap, with the Wild West Shaving Co. soaps. I'm gonna use a little bit more. I've got my little custard bowl. I just got this week for like $2 or $3 at the antique store. Little custard bowl, the milk glass. Just love the vintage look of it. Yeah, I know I got more than enough. I'm not gonna lather it all up. All I'm doing is loading the brush. Yeah, the Techmatic, like I said, it's I'm a little hesitant, but I figured, what the heck, you know? I missed your comment. Okay, sorry. Darn it. Sorry, Manny. If you could repeat it. I'm gonna load up. I'm going in slightly wet. Just give it one shake. Well, actually, this week has not been too bad. It's been busy, but let's see. Okay, with Techmatic blades being discontinued, it's impossible to find brand new refills. It's not impossible. It's just a matter of what are you willing to pay for it. Because basically you have to rely on new old stock. So yeah, I just got out of the shower. It's too long. Oh, darn it. I'm sorry, Manny. So I'm loading and loading and loading. I'm getting plenty of lather. Oh lordy, that scent. This is fantastic stuff. Russ, you nailed it. I gotta look up that we have had good weeks besides the tornado coming through. Oh, you guys had a tornado. We did, I think, beginning of the week also. Spartanburg. Arthur, good to see you. Alright, loading up. This is nice and creamy. You have a few Techmatic cartridges in your junk box. Gee. Time to get them out. Now, guys, I've got 1 day of growth. Oh, 12 hours power outage. Ugh. Luckily, it wasn't too warm anymore. I think I've got this nicely lathered up, nice and moist. Because I've seen the blade gap on this, and there's not a whole lot of blade gap. So, oh, you're gonna sell it. Hey guys, there's an opportunity to jump on if you guys are interested. Well, let's put it this way: I've got 1 day of growth. Alex, fantastic! Thank you for showing up. If this shave is really as terrible, I don't know the Estee Lauder. When you referenced it in your video, Russell, what you based this off of, that's a scent that went by me. Back in the day, I wasn't all into too many scents. Basically, what I had was the Tommy Hilfiger, the Tommy, and Polo Green, I think. So I had a few scents back in the day, but Estee Lauder was not one of them. So unfortunately, I cannot say if it's close, but it's a beautiful scent. Really nice and cologne-y. For those of you who have just arrived, that's the soap I'm talking about. Wild West Shave Co. Private Reserve #1. Beautiful. All right. Can you tell I'm kind of dragging my butt here? I'm afraid to use this thing. Alright, let's get some water on the face. Just a little. 1 day of growth. And that's pretty well the toughest scenario for me for a razor. Ooh, nice and slick. And we got lather flying everywhere. Alright. That's cool, they had to fix the water. Oh, okay. Whoa. As you can see, I mean, the lather quality is beautiful. Slick. Very slick. That's just what I need today. So, I got lather everywhere. Hold on. I saw someone do it with a... No, I'm not going to repeat that. And it wasn't just once, Russell. I've seen that a couple of times already. Yeah, bay rum. I mean, But how you gonna match a bay rum with a Wild West scent? Bay rum always reminds me of kind of, the pirates and all that. All right, I'm telling you what, this is looking like a really nice lather. Nice and dense and slick and silky and wow. Good soap, Russell. Now we're just going to let that sit on the face for about 2 minutes. That's kind of a recommendation out of the old books, just to kind of soften things up. He sent some samples too. So Russell, thank you. Bay rum is coming. Thank you. Black Sails. I haven't had a chance to sniff these. Russell, if you could decipher your writing, this is the James Artemis, I think. The Outlaw. It makes me think of the Old West. Finally, you're making a bay rum. Yes. Hey, Brad. Thank you for popping in. I know you're at work. The Outlaw, the Pinkerton, and the White Buffalo. So looking forward to all of these. I'm glad you could show up, Brad. I know you're at work, so yeah, that'll be interesting, your bay rum. What take you got on that? Because the soap bays, I mean, guys, it's been sitting here. Yeah, it's definitely towards a doctor or almost a pharmacist. Pharmacists are almost worse than the doctors. So, I mean, you know, with the soap making and all, wasn't that usually a pharmacist trade? Alright, so I'm shaking in my boots. Let's get some water on this puppy. Alright, first shave ever, Schick, what is it? The Instamatic, Techmatic type razor. Advanced one time, just to be sure. Let's get going. Light pressure. Okay. Yeah, it's a little tuggy. But it's doable. Okay. I mean, I guess it helps that I'm using good soap. Soap's got great glide. I mean, I couldn't wait anymore. So, taking the stubble off. Of course, this is only with the grain. Angle is very much like a cartridge or something like that. Maybe if you had a good soap on your face, that razor wouldn't work. Well, to be quite honest, right now it's doing its job. Is it the most comfortable shave? Heck no. But let's put it this way: I've had cartridge shaves which were a lot less comfortable. So yeah, Russell, I mean, this is fantastic that you're in here, and I'm actually using it. This was not planned, guys. Russ is kind enough to show up on his own devices because I didn't know when I was going to get the soap. Just to put that out there, these are healthy sized samples. Golden Steel, please travel, see the world while you can and when you are youthful. Very, very true, Todd. I know when you're young, money is usually an issue, but you've got the time. This could be a very interesting against the grain. But it's cutting. It's cutting. And like I said, I've had more uncomfortable shaves with a cartridge razor in the past. Because I didn't plan to get a red light. Okay, so samples for the Wild West Shave Co. soaps are $1.69 each. And considering it is a nice healthy sample, that's actually a very nice option if you're unsure about the scent. Performance-wise, Russ, this is your new formulation, I believe, right? The Private Reserve, if I got that right. Hey, Thomas. Thanks for joining. Whew, okay, first pass is done. No blood up until now. So let's just get a little bit of water on it. Soap is doing fantastic. It's providing plenty of glide. I mixed it up a little on the wet side. If the Private Reserve that you put out, I think that's your newest formulation, right? The one I've got on my face right now, which is extremely slick. And I mean, you guys saw how much water was in that lather and in that brush and how I mixed it up. I mean, on purpose, I did it thin. I did not want to go thick and pasty on this due to the razor not having a whole lot of gap. Basically, what I'm needing this soap for is glide. And it's got plenty of that. So this soap can handle the amount of water. I just released Tucson this morning. Okay, so this isn't the newest formulation. You've actually got a newer one with the Tucson, I guess, Ben. Kind of having a big pick up here the bits and pieces. I can definitely recommend this soap. And if anybody sees this, I know on here everybody's is into DE or straights or anything like that. But as nice and I'm gonna say I mixed this up on purposely thin. As much water as this soap can handle, you can actually do that without the lather breaking apart. So this is a soap that is suited for the use of a cartridge razor, which is excellent because you can mix it up as thin as you want to in case somebody does use a cartridge razor with a regular soap. All right, money pass. This is where it really comes down to. Very light pressure. Ooh, oh yeah. I'm digging this. Everything that is now is of the same formulation. Okay, so, hey Brad. We just started the Against the Grain. And it is, yeah, you can feel it. I'm using very light pressure. And, okay. Comfortable is something else. It's not to the point where I'm gonna say, okay, I'll stop. But yeah, I don't know. It feels a lot like a cartridge. The Supermax cartridges that I have for the what is it? The Track 2. They're actually a little bit more comfortable, but it's not like, you know, terrible. It's usable. I guess I'm just a little bit spoiled. If I was a regular cartridge user and, you know, you got the cartridge on the 10th shave because you're trying to squeeze out a little more life out of those expensive things, That's probably going to be more uncomfortable. It's actually not doing a bad job. This is surprising. Soap has plenty of glide, so I can just kind of maneuver around how I need to with very light pressure. Good soap, Ross. Love the scent. Okay, yeah, no. I'm not going to go BBS on this. But it's starting to wear in. Oh, okay, that's the test spot right there. Okay. Alright, if you've ever had a blade on with 5 or 6 shaves on it, that's about the level you're getting at. You know you're going to be able to get through the shave, but after that you want to toss it. That's kind of where I'm at with this. Alright, so, whoo. I hope you're enjoying this, guys. I think with the Gillette band blade cartridge, rigidity was an issue. Like I said, I don't know. You can't find a whole lot of information on these type razors because it all was no. It's definitely not a daily driver. Thank you guys, but I really can't say much against the rigidity on this one. If you look these razors up online on any comments, it's always kind of oh, a horrible shave. I think you just killed my mystery love with the Techmatic. Okay. No, if trust me, if it were any lesser soap, this could go really bad. Soap has got plenty of rest slickness, as you can see. Did Titty just show up? Hey. Fantastic. Titty, thank you. Now we're all together. I just caught that menthol aftershave. To be quite honest, I'm seriously considering a balm because I can already feel some of the irritation. Let's see. Too much buffing? Yeah, I know. The blade just isn't efficient enough to really get down to it. If I would just do a single pass, yeah, that's it's just not cutting it really. How am I gonna say this? It is cutting, but it's not as close as I'd like it to be. I mean, and the only way you can get that is with buffing. So I'm just gonna pick up a little bit more soap. Oh man, that scent. I'm gonna have to find a matching aftershave on that. That's gonna be an interesting one. And I do not have the no, it's definitely not a CB razor, Brad. But it was an interesting experiment. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not. I'm actually on the one side enjoying this a little bit because I've been kind of interested in seeing how one of these shaves. And if I wasn't going for a little bit more closeness or something like that, then this would be okay. you know. Let's go over here. I mean, guys, you can see this. Yeah, this is great stuff. I was imagining this shave was going to be a lot more horrible. You know, basically after the first pass, it's like, ah, it didn't do that. So that's definitely an interesting experiment. But it does not achieve closeness like an open comb would or something like that. It's okay, Titty. Yeah, no. I'm not gonna get this much closer. I'd have to buff the heck out of it and apply pressure, and that's what you don't want to do. It's somewhat smooth. I'd say it's a CCS level, close and comfortable. I got stubble left here, I got stubble left here, and I got stubble left here. Those are my three trouble spots where it's kind of difficult to pick up. Everything else is acceptable. Right here, got a spot. Up here, I can get it. The skin up here on my cheeks is a lot more, a lot tougher. It can take more abuse than my neck can. I'm going to conclude this shave. They're a creative idea for the time. They're a unique piece. They're definitely something to talk about. It's a conversation starter, and this is not in any way confirmed. This is just a rumor that has been going around, and apparently Gillette came up with this as a solution for the space missions because they hadn't had the track 2 yet, I believe, and they didn't want any spare bits and pieces with razor blades floating around in space. So this was a fully contained shaving unit for space. The only problem is there was electric razors also. Then again, electric power when you're living on battery out in space, that might be something you might not want to take along. So I don't know if it's true or not, but somebody said this was basically once invented for the space missions. If it ever went into space, I don't know. I don't think so. Let me rinse off. Okay. There's still plenty of slick on the face. I believe that was the hype, and at the time, space travel was pretty heavy on the list of the marketing boys. Yes, everything was marketed with space and fancy and gadgetry and all that kind of stuff. You can't take it back to the store. Yeah, true that. Yeah, you can't take that one back into the store when you're stuck in space and complain about that you got a bad shave. I mean, if you look at the first space missions, how they came out of those capsules, I mean, and I think that's what they were trying to prevent, that these guys looked like some sort of, woodsman. Uh, Matthew, thank you for joining. Yes, we just got done with the shave. I'm sorry. Remember the 444. I think I stopped before I need the 444. I'm gonna put on some witch hazel, and that'll give me a good indication of Here, just in the regular bottle, the regular store-bought type. This should give me a good indication of what's going on, because it does have some alcohol in it, very little. But it usually already tells me, okay, this is where it hurts. And right now, I think I stopped it in time. Guys, thank you for letting me off the hook on that one. Yeah, I've definitely had closer shaves. This stubble will be back in 5 to 6 hours. So, concluding this shave, yes, it works. No, there was no blood. Are there closer shaves? Most definitely. This is something you might be able to use if, you know, like a cartridge, kind of with the grain, just looking socially acceptable. I think that's all it was intended for. It's yeah, the 444 Titty Brad, fantastic aftershave balm. It healed me up after that one shave with the old type, where I did a number on myself without even knowing it. With this one, you knew, and you could actually call it properly and say, okay, this is where it starts getting, you know, getting into the danger zone there, if you want to call it that. So it's a predictable razor. Will it work for everybody? I doubt it. It's a unique piece of history. That's what I like about it, and I thoroughly enjoyed using it, not for the shave purpose, but for, you know, just for the sake of using it, and that I can call one my own. And so, Troy, if you ever see this, the Wisconsin shaver, thank you so much for sending it. This is unique, and it's in beautiful condition. So I'll rinse this off and dry it out, and then it goes on display. I don't think I'll do another shave with it though. I'll skip that one. The Edsel of the shaving razors. Yes, very true. The Ford Edsel, one of the great car. Nobody liked it. Came wrong time, wrong place. Now everybody's going nuts over him. So it is what it is. It's a unique piece of history, and if you see it that way, it's okay. It's not going to give you a fantastic shave. Seriously, a modern Mach 3 or something like that will probably give you a better and closer shave. I don't think I have any blood. Like I said, I stopped before, and thank you guys for letting me off the hook. And I can still feel that soap on the face. Wow. Okay. Alright, just to kind of recap what we have used. Wild West Shaving Co. Private Reserve number 1. Special edition or limited edition. Limited edition. With scents of, and I'm loving the fact that you got it sitting on the back. It helps me out a lot. Scents of pipe, black pepper, bergamot, fern, aloe, sandalwood, and cedarwood. So that is fantastic, and I'm liking the tub. It's a little bit larger tub, so you know the little bit higher price is definitely justified. Sorry, Russ, I have to put that in there, because the normal ones for, what is it, $6.99 I think, are the 2-ounce snuff cans, which I'm loving the idea. And this one is a proper tub, so there's more in there. Not just is it limited edition and costs more, no, you also get more. So, and like I said, the scent, a wonderful men's cologne. On the fresher side, due to the fern and the bergamot, and I can, yeah. I'm going to close this now. Brad, we'll talk later. Okay? 2 ounces for the standard snuff can and 3.5 ounces on the Private Reserve. So there you go. For anybody watching this later on, that's where that price increase comes from. It's not just you're not just paying for a limited edition, which unfortunately some other people tend to do. Sometimes you're paying for the exclusivity. Wild West shave soaps. Well, you got the Outlaw Shaver, who's the owner, and he tries his soaps daily. And you've got Steve the Suffolk Shaver that's got some. You've got who else? If you go onto the website, on the side there's a whole number of videos of people that have tried the soaps. Since he shaves, he's thrilled to bits about that that shave soap. So, and incidentally, he was the one that kind of tipped me onto it the first time. And even a Northern Shaver, right? I mean, like I said, on the website, there's a whole list of YouTubers that have gone through this. Oh, Tony, you're gonna love it. That's actually a good thing. If the owner uh, is not quite there where he says this is the pinnacle of my creation, and he's still working on it, that's always a good thing. To be quite honest, Russ, for me, I liked what I got, and I'm happy with it. Ken Surf's tried it. Yes, you're right about that. Although he only tries things once. And yeah, if you look on Badger and Blade, it's getting rave reviews off of there. So, and these people, they have nothing to gain in any kind of way. They just like it. Manny, it's great stuff. And like as you saw, what I did was I mixed it up. Unfortunately, white bowl, white lather. Um, I mixed it up quite wet. Probably, as always, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be that shipping problem. If you have a look here, I mixed it up quite wet for the purpose that this was a cartridge type setup. And it's just a great consistency, and that's what I like about it. Yeah, I think he built that extra shack just for his soap supplies. Who's ho 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 ho? I didn't call you at 1 o'clock in the morning. That was a fun one. All right, this is dried in nicely. The Yeah, like I said, it's definitely not a really close shave, but I'm looking socially acceptable. And yeah, the shave is all right. The soap was fantastic. Don't apologize, Manny. That's fine. I was just a little surprised. That was all. Now, aftershave. I did, like I said, I had gotten this in 10 minutes before the live shave started. Um, I do not have the Estee Lauder videos. Videos, guys, you've got me confused. The Estee Lauder scent to possibly accompany this. Any hints on what else would work? I'm thinking maybe something like this. Some Hat-Trick Classic. A little more complex. A little on the fresh side. It's missing the fern. But I think I'll be going with the Hat-Trick Classic. It's a nice, fresh, complex scent. Yep. I'm not going to repeat that, Matthew. I like Ken a whole lot, but yes, he will try anything once. He's a fantastic guy. Yeah, pretty well anything green, but I don't have too many greens. That's my problem. So I'm gonna go with the Hat-Trick Classic. Okay, slight tingle right here, a little bit here, a little bit here, but stopped at the right moment. Good call, guys. Yeah, I need to get some aftershaves, aka or EDTs that go towards the fougères a little bit more. Right now, the only fougère that I really have is some Sterling Noir going off the Drakkar. Razor Master Tuivo has a kind of shitty brown lather, Brad. Titty, you're always good for fantastic information. Thank you. Holy Caw, no, haven't tried it. And the one thing I'm noticing right now, everything I touch is slick. When you use this soap, be careful. My favorite aftershave scent-wise at the moment is Russisch Leder by Farina Köln. Quite expensive. Good thing. Okay, yeah. Usually the nicer things in life, they go for their price. But Russisch Leder, might have to try that out on Christmas. See if I can get a hold of that at the perfumery. But this is a nice match. If you guys can get your hand on it, Hat Trick Classic. Fairly inexpensive in Europe. But no, feels good, feels smooth. Against the grain, there's some stuff there. Fantastic. But I will spruce it up a little. This goes a little sweeter, but it is the Eau de Parfum. I think it's an Eau de Parfum that I got in Germany. The gentleman was kind enough to fill me up a sample, and it is Penhaligon's Endymion. Oh yeah, now we're stinking. My son came back from Berlin yesterday and didn't bring any German shave goodies. Oh boy. Yeah, I'd ground him. I'm sorry. That can't be. Salvatore Ferragamo. Okay. You guys are more into the EDTs than I am. I'm learning here. So keep it coming. Alright, cool. Yeah, I'm just gonna get everything out of the way a little bit so we can chit chat. We're into 53 minutes. Interesting shave. For those of you who have missed it, it was the first and probably only shave with the Schick Instamatic. I had to peek there. Russisch Leder is revived since. Yeah, I remember the Russisch Leder. The original was... he had some weird name. Durfte die Sinne weckt. Yeah, the scent that wakes the senses. Yeah, Russisch Leder. There's the original Russisch Leder. If you can get those bottles, if they're full, 100 ml, they go for over $70. Because I was bidding on one the other day, and it was at like $12, and I would have got it. But then all of a sudden, I mean, within 10 seconds, tick, 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 $67. Keith, yeah, it was sketchy. I didn't know how it was gonna work out, but it did. Like I said, if you don't overdo it, and thank you for calling it, especially Todd, saying it's kind of like, hey, cut it off. So, yeah, it's an interesting piece of history, and it worked. It took the stubble off. It's very much like a Schick injector without the rigidity of the Schick injector blades, because they are very nice and rigid. All this thing has is a very thin band of steel that is coiled up in this unit, and by twisting this reminds me of a 35mm camera. You advance the film, and here you advance the razor band. So it's an interesting concept. It somewhat worked. I'm not going to use it again though. You're having trouble with your Black Beauty. Davidoff Good Life, but it's about $300 a bottle now. Yes, like everything, when they discontinue it, there's people that love it and want it, and some people just have the financial background in order to spring for it. It's just, it is what it is. But to be quite honest, this stuff isn't expensive and it worked well. Um, and adding the Endymion for the longevity, it's a nice mix. And I think I'm going to have to spring for a bottle of that Endymion. That's one of those expensive ones too. But it's just, it's my favorite scent from Penhaligon's. The sense, yeah, the fragrance that awakens the senses. Yep. I was right. Blue water isn't that high. Okay. The Davidoff blue water? Wasn't it cool water or something like that? Not good getting good shaves at all. I've tried 2 different blends and then I've got okay. If Barbasol, yeah, $1.87 a bottle, Dollar General. Yep, Barbasol, good old standby. Same with the men in skin bracer, you know. So yes, it is a little bit more expensive. Usually goes for like $5 for a bottle, but it's like a huge tank of a bottle. I've always got some up there. Okay. Well, it looks like some people are having problems with the Black Beauties there. Yeah, cool water. Okay. Yeah, the cool water. I never got into that scent. Yes, Hattrick is good stuff. Little weak on the staying power, Brad. Absolutely right about that. It's intended as an aftershave, and it's not meant to stay longer than 2 hours, as the original aftershaves were meant for. We're a little bit spoiled on that due to some artisan aftershaves staying 6 to 8 hours, which is basically going into the EDT zone. Yeah, Leo, you're right about that. Watching vintage advertisements is brilliant. The legal departments and feminist organizations for men's products advertisement out of the 60s and 70s, they would have a blast with that if they would ever show that on television nowadays. Ooh, now it's coming in quick. You can find a lot of fragrance online at discount prices. Yeah, just be. That's the one thing I'm always afraid of, the fakes. No, I never got into. I totally forgot about the Florida water. Sorry, Manny. That just kind of off that thought went. Clubman Pinard stays all day. Well, Clubman Pinard is Clubman Pinard. I mean, we're talking Clubman here. Would Mersol Formula C go with it? I have not had a chance to try any of the Mersol products yet, so you can get that from Walmart. Josh, which one? What can you get at Walmart? If you're talking about the Florida water, I can't. I've looked at the 3 Walmarts I have around in my area, and none of them have them. None of them even have the English leather that I got at the Florida Walmart. So Florida water online. Yeah, that's what Manny told me to go get it. But like I said, it skipped my mind. Man, this is actually not too bad of a shave. I'm really liking the skin feel. So this is due to the soap. Thank you, Russ. Absolutely brilliant. Great formulation. Tried ordering Florida water online. They canceled my order. Oh, nice. That's good customer service. Clubman Pinard behaves like a sticky relative. It just like a needy relative. It just keeps sticking around. Well described, very well described. But I like Pinard. It's a scent I really like. It's there's nothing exciting about it really, which is the nice thing. It just gives you a nice kind of a scent profile. Just remember when you go, okay, women's section. I'll check it out. I will, because that's where I found the. You got your Florida water on eBay for £2. That is cheap. You found 6 bottles of real Aqua Velva. The original glass bottle, Todd? Yeah, or daughter's boyfriend. Yeah, exactly. Mm. Uh, yeah, Brad, I'm sorry. The original. Wow. Those are hard to come by nowadays, the original. There's a couple of 1960s vintage. There's a couple of scents I'd like to go, and see just what they smell like. That's all. I don't want to own them. I just want to see what they smell like. So I'm hoping that at one point in time, at some of the meetup, at least somebody can, either bring a small sample or the bottle just so you can sniff it. Because scents like the Old Spice, lime, and the leather scents from Skin Bracer, and they all had limes and all that kind of stuff. It's just a matter of interest. It's kind of, what's it smell like? Aqua Velva Classic Ice Blue. It's good stuff. Yep. I want some Avon Peregrim. Peregrim? Is that how you pronounce it? Smells so good. You're lucky. Okay. Smells so good. Yeah, I'm not going to repeat the rest of it. Floyd Blue, even though it's discontinued, it's supposed to smell like Aqua Velva. That is disproven, I think, already. What's his name? Douglas from PAA. He's got, it's an oak moss and leather balm. Okay. Okay, sorry, I'm going to be reading here. Yeah. The plastic bottle, or the plastic bottle issue in the US is something that seriously annoys me. I get why they do it, due to transport costs, and it's just easier to fill in the plastic bottles, cheaper. But in Europe, they're still selling everything in glass bottles, more or less, and it works also. So why do you have to change it up for the U.S.? I don't understand it. There's nothing like a nice glass bottle. This, incidentally, this is like I think 7, 8, 9, maybe $10 aftershave. This is not very expensive, and yet it comes in a glass bottle. They discontinued Stefan Island limes. Okay. Yeah, Floyd Blue. I think that's another topic that people can debate about. Some people love it, some people hate it. I know Brad hates it. Stefan made some awesome hair tonic. I can't find it anymore. Okay. Well, as you can see, Ross, hair tonic is not needed anymore. I'm starting to look into getting some turtle wax. Maybe Armor All. For unknown reasons, Floyd Blue was discontinued. If it doesn't sell, they usually discontinue it. The Floyd Vigoroso and the orange ones and the black ones. Mother's Gold Carnauba. Yeah, okay. I mean, whatever works. So, to shine up the dome a little bit, give it a nice polish. So, yeah, hair tonic is not necessarily needed for this amount of hair. Because people say, well, shave your head and all that kind of stuff. No, I'm sticking with the Jeff Smith look. It's because it sucks. Well, like I said, the you can still get the what is it? The Razor Rock version, I believe. Remember the TV ad with football star Uwe Seeler whistling? Yep, Frühtau zu Berge. And it's great stuff. It's been around forever. It's holding on. It comes in a glass bottle. Yes, it doesn't last very long, but it does what it's supposed to. It's an aftershave. After the shave, it's an astringent. It gives you that nice scent when you're running out the door, and it's perfect. Try a wig. No, I am not going with a wig. This is what life has given me, and this is what I'm wearing. I'm not covering up. Now, in the wintertime, I will wear a cap because it does get cold. And in the summer, I have to wear a hat because this does burn. So, it's for protective measures only, not to cover up. But I'm not wearing that, I don't know what you call it in English. In German, you call it a flocati, which is an area rug. I'm not wearing that on top. Hell no. Blue Stratas in the US. No, haven't seen it yet. Avon Brave. No, the only Avon I've got is this one. The Wild Country. Oh, hey, Steve. Yeah, you missed everything. But I'm glad you're here. Yeah, wintertime, you might want to get a little bit of insulation up top with some hair. I usually have my flat cap, the winter edition. Thank you, Leo. That just made my day. Ein schönes Gesicht braucht Platz. Yeah, a nice face needs space. I get a haircut every 2 to 3 months. Well, I have to go pretty well every 6 weeks in order for this to look decent. So it's okay. And since I do like it tapered, I can't. I'm not a big fan of using clippers on myself. So yeah, no, it's I definitely have to get a haircut since, like I said, I do like this a little tapered and in the back here. And I have, like I said, I have my winter flat cap, which is made out of original tweed. What is it? Um, the stuff made up in the upper parts of Scotland there somewhere. The tweed stuff, the original. Um, and it works perfect. The only thing it doesn't cover is the ears, and that's what I'm maybe looking for this year, to have one which has the fold outs in there that I can put over the ears in case it really gets cold and windy. Harris tweed. Thank you, Todd. I could not think of that. What about high karate? It was popular. It is popular, but it's a polarizing scent. Some people love it, some people hate it. That's kind of what the consensus is, what I've got there. It is wool. Harris tweed. It's a wool special kind of deal, just made in that little area by certain people and munchkins and whatnot. And that's why they are allowed to call it Harris tweed. Yep, Ken Surf's father used it in the past, and Ken Surf's has also used it on occasion because he's got one or two vintage bottles, I think. The high karate is, like I said, it's like those scents that kind of stick out back in the day. Floyd Blue, whatever was around. The River Tweed runs through my hometown. Hey, so you're not far away from there. But like I said, it's those polarizing scents. It's like tobacco. Either you love it or you hate it. And the further you go down the line, you have more fans of it and people that absolutely hate it. It just is what it is. Yes, I know. The ear flaps. I was waiting on a comment there. You're getting so old. But last year in Germany, things got into minus 16 degrees C. We're talking some serious cold at night with wind chill. And I was walking home from downtown to the bus station, and I thought I'd frozen my ears off. I thought I got frostbite because they were tingling for 3 days. It was that cold, and that's when I realized, okay, screw it. I don't care if somebody thinks I'm old. I want ear flaps. Comfort over style. Thank you, Michael. That is the exact word. I'd rather be healthy than look stylish. Besides, that cap looks absolutely fantastic. With beard flaps. No. I'm not doing that. Yeah, burning sensation on the skin. That's the first signs of getting a little bit of frostbite. You're from Canada. You guys I mean, you guys take the shorts out while sitting in the freezer section at Sam's Club. Hawaii shirt and all. Everything else around it is frozen, and you guys are kind of like, "Ooh, this is a nice and warm day." my three it was 3 years that I lived in Canada, and yeah, it hardened me a little bit. But living 7 years down south now, I've gotten a little soft. So, nah. All right. Wow, an hour and 9 minutes. I think we've pretty well covered everything. I'm just going to do a quick recap for anybody else who just joined in. Used Russell's soap, the Wild West Shave Co. The coldest chill I've experienced was minus 62°C. What is that, in the Arctic? Good Lord. Nah, nah. Not going there. Wild West Shave Co. Private reserve. Above Russia. Okay. Above the Arctic Circle then, I guess. No way. Private reserve number 1. Fantastic. Beautiful cologne scent. Fresh. Minus 60F. Oh, shoot. You guys are used to a heck of a lot more than I am. Isn't that the soap Steve can't get? Why is it the soap Steve can't get? I don't know. Beautiful stuff. Fantastic scent. And I'm going to have to find a matching aftershave for that. What I used today was the Hat Trick, which is a nice, you know, it goes. You can pair it. Thank you for stopping in, Arthur. The Schick Instamatic band razor. So it was an interesting shave. I didn't cut myself. It wasn't the closest shave. It's usable if you have to, but to be quite honest, I can get, out of most of my shavers, I can get a more comfortable shave. Even going into the Mach 3, you know, people keep this in the cartridges, but a good new Mach 3 cartridge will give you a better shave than this. This was a little bit, you know, just kind of dragging along. You know, it wasn't the most comfortable shave, but it wasn't so uncomfortable that you would have to stop it. It did its job, and so it was more or less, for me, it was an interesting experiment. So thank you for joining me on that. Like I said, the brush today, chosen by the audience, by you guys, the Shave Mac DO1 Silver Tip, 23mm. Beautiful stuff. Whipped it up in a bowl. And there's still some soap in there. Rather on the wet side. If anybody wants some, there you go. You're welcome to it. Just pop on by. So, yeah. And that's pretty well it. I had good coffee, great conversation. Thank you so much for popping in and taking an hour out of your day. I loved it, as usual. And yeah, very enjoyable. I didn't know what was going to happen with this sucker before I started, so I was shaking in my boots a little bit. Thank you guys for joining. I hope you guys have a great Saturday. Tomorrow, I've got a shave coming up, also with 1 day of stubble, with my original shave gear, because I have my shave-anniversary, 2 years of wet shaving. So, guys, hope to see you all around. Have a good one, and thank you, everybody. All right? Have a great weekend. Thank you. Bye-bye.